Rewind. Wagwan, everybody. This is Lisa Leggz. This is a very special episode. Last minute, I decided that we're doing it very special. So just hold some fee five for while I get the vibes up, Zine. But we don't know about some P5. Chugging in the dance of a planted there and see it I saw. Now I'm reaping. The sound in my jeans like Levi's. Destined to be great from me reach my mother knee. I left school for make my own and waves like the sea ride. But now some little fool stop move like the seaside. Never go to college, so I guess I never seen right. Between them don't know me, tower over like a street line. Working every day, some late hours still will see like there's one thing them cannot deny. I got passion of these soldiers in every in these streets. Ride these hits and make these beats when I fear no even I fear no beast. I'm a champ of the devil and get their feet. I am a lion, I don't know weak, I'm a tougher than lion and evil still. In the jungle, I keep my steam and I come and shoot cause I don't sleep. Always awake, but living my dreams. Always awake, even when in a sleep. Always awake, and I'm still my speech. Open your eyes and never teach. Once I learn at the time, I teach. I'm a patient, waiting for me time to reach. Now every DJ I've met you can repeat. Claim say them a giant, but a giant higher peak. Coming down now about some P5. Chugging in the dance of a planted there and see it I saw. Now I'm reaping. Lord, them never know say me ready. Light up my spliff and go on. Me say me ready now. Everything level now. From the barn, man, I real rebellion. Set the shelf up, never settle no. No. Me say me ready now. 5 + 7 no. 12 tries hard, I mean now let it go. Like it's a this grabber, hotter than a pepper no. No. Some pepper anytime I pass through. A hardcore thing and them wish I never choose. Now every DJ have to song up in a queue. We so mix it down like a ital stew. Them hear my voice and them asking now. Oh, me so clean, oh, me so fresh, oh, me so new. In the hills like the mountain dew. Lord, me stand smooth like a damn shampoo. Shoulda run, shoulda fly, shoulda flew. Many go walking on my avenue. Back. Man a blue, but if you don't like me, then I don't like you. The boy Judas, the man go get slew. Many are called and chosen are few. Me do me thing, me just cut and go through. And through me start sing them a screw. But me ready now. Everything level now. From the one, man, I really my young. Set the gentleman, but I never ever second no. No. Cause I'm ready now. 5 + 7 no. 12 tries hard, I've been down, let's go. Like it's a this grabber, hotter than a pepper no. Them say a long time now. Them a request me wanna be. The people want to move them feet. Yes, and that is facts, that is truth. It's a long time now. Them a request me on a beat. The people them want move them feet. That being said, Wagwan, this is Lisa Leggz anchoring Love. Since the last time I anchored Love, I've been in the studio. Yes, y'all. I've been back in the studio. Let me tell you something. This message right now is going to cover the Mercury Day vibes, right? The Mercury Day communications that occurred, the Jupiter Day expansion of clarity, and now here we are on Venus Day. Yesterday I hardly had a voice, so I guess I needed that break, anyways. However, here we are today on a glorious Venus Day with so much underway, right? We have Mental Transmutation 3.1, Channel Your Thoughts. We have Temperance 4.1, I Know My Limit. It's the way the affirmation just set up the testimony and the T
in the story already. And the T act, not just hot, but HAUTE. Okay. Self love habits 1.2. I deserve the best. Something that I was definitely telling myself over and over again in that expansion of clarity I was getting last night. I mean, self awareness 1.3. I appreciate me. Yes, 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 yes. And of course, synchronicity 3.6. Learn all the lessons. I don't even know where to start. So I'm just going to jump right in. There are the things that we do, right? When we are dedicated to the learn and grow lifestyle. Let me put on a beat in the background because um, ooh, we need a little bit of mellowing of the vibes. Just a little bit in the background. You know. This beat was produced by Doc Native Music. Big up the Seminoles. This is actually for a song I have called Let Love Rain. And I also dropped an NFT on the same beat with me reciting some poetry. Check it out on OpenSea. Oui. Anyways, I just need that in the background as a part of the mental transmutation. Because, see, the art of practicing mental transmutation is not just talking and saying an affirmation out loud, it's doing the things that we need tangibly to help us to transmute intangibly. So we have right here mental transmutation 3.1, channel your thoughts, right? We have temperance 4.1, I know my limits. There are certain times when we must acknowledge that we are at our wits' end. For this message today, because it's about mental transmutation, right? Channel your thoughts. And it's right next to Temperance 4.1, I know my limit. So at some point, we must give in and admit when we are at a loss for words. No longer have the capacity for a moment or a situation or people or a project. Temperance 4.1, balance. I know my limits. See, yesterday I was on set and I knew that I was at my limits. I knew that energetically I was at my limits because I was working very hard to practice mental transmutation and channel my thoughts. Everything I was trying wasn't working. So I knew that what I needed to do was digress all the way from the situation, take with myself from the people them and the place that I'm surrounded by. Because I deserve the best and I was not getting it from myself. So I was working to put myself in a position to give myself the best because I appreciate me and I realized I was not getting the best for me from the people around me, right? So in all vibes of synchronicity 3.6, learn all the lessons, I decided let me allow myself to see exactly what I'm navigating here. So we have a moment of truth, a moment when the people that I entrust with my energy, aka my presence, are not giving me what I'm requesting. Space, personal space. And I'm aware that they are possibly concerned that when I leave, I won't come back, which was the intention. I'm not coming back till my energy right. And what if it doesn't get right for them? See, the way I feel when I think about something, because my body speaks, the way my body feels when I think about something says a lot about the situation. We must listen to our body and have holy communion with our body because our body can save us from a lot of foolishness. Right? So that being said, I appreciate me. And I understand that casting pearls to swine is folly because they put garbage and gourmet in the same category. You understand? So when I realized that someone that I'm sharing my energy with, meaning my presence, because I'm around them, my presence is a present. When I realized that they have no grasp of the magnitude of the gift that they're receiving by sharing space with me, I decided to pivot and act accordingly. Right? Meaning, appreciate me and realize that the fact that people can't even fathom might mean I'm out of this world. Right? Or chances are this is someone that doesn't act in honor or integrity, and they feel like if they put a perception out there that they have no idea, then maybe they can get away with foolishness. That's what happens with variables. I call other people variables. So I have to give variables room to show me who they are. And then, of course, when you bring in even more variables, because I'm a woman of my word, and I said I was going to help with the video that they wanted done while they were in town. So whatever I was already in motion with, I continued to execute, which was bringing a wardrobe stylist on set. That started showing energetic red flags. That even though in this moment I am grateful for the graceful exit, because she messaged me this morning saying that she doesn't want to work with me anymore. I don't mean to smile so hard, but it's the graceful exit for me. Because, unfortunately, on the ride to set, the red flags started showing up. And they continue to show up. Sisterhood is real. Either you know how to cultivate sisterhood or you don't. And a lot of women have never experienced sisterhood, so they don't know how to cultivate sisterhood. So since I'm living in Synchronicity 3.6 in the expansion of all this clarity on a Jupiter day, hello, I'm riding this wave. Because Temperance 4.1 is here. I know my limit. And I know when it's time to tap out, I will. No weapons formed against me shall prosper. It won't work. It won't work. But weapons form, in my opinion, for me, in my journey, because I can be very naive. You know, I grew up in a bubble. I see the love in everything. And I see the love in everyone, even when they don't see it for themselves. So I'm aware that in my journey, weapons form so I could pay attention to where they're coming from. So even though they don't prosper, I could make a mental note, because one thing I know how to do is cut and got you, call love in my heart, even when them not support me. See? And when me don't know, the fussy them not like me. Them a go and hype up and that still not strike me. Because I'm still grateful for clarity. Come on now. You know how long I've been looking for this one little disturbance in the force hiding in the corner in the back? To get to clear out that corner? She showed herself yesterday. Yeah. Because the thing is with sisterhood, with love, because even if you don't know how to cultivate sisterhood with real love, don't call me sis and say you love me while you have a knife energetically stabbing me. Because that just makes me look at you like you real ugly. But I know my limits. Because I practice temperance. So when I'm at my limit and I keep asking for space, and in that moment, it's not given. I've been kidnapped before. So the PTSD is real. I had to do so much shadow work on site in the moment last night because I have people not allowing me to leave when I want to leave. An energetic kidnapping of sorts. Why? Because they think they're going to bully me into going into a studio session later that night to finish my song that they want to get on. Come on, bro. I know you don't think you're going to bully your way onto my record. Thank you for listening to my music and letting me know that in your opinion, this is a Grammy award-winning album. Thank you. It confirms that my intention was executed impeccably. So, if you're in a moment right now listening to me, hearing my voice, anchoring love with me, because this is an anchoring of love. Because it's either this or war. Because they're bringing it to me. What? We right here. We're not going anywhere. But see, in the midst of the I don't care for war, it's because I do care a lot for me and the preservation of me. So when Chi Chi is saying, what's up with the love? I thought it was all about love. I said, oh, yes, it is. All I got the capacity for right now is self-love. Yes. Because Temperance 4.1, I know my limits. Self-love habits 1.2, foundation. I deserve the best. So if I'm in a situation where I'm not getting the best, time to move. I can't sit down and blame anybody for the way they're mishandling me when I can exit. However, I needed that moment to show me that some people can't grasp what it means to need to leave when it's time to leave. Whether it's because they're too blind to see because of Hennessy, or because, in their opinion, it's all about me. And they just want to get what they want for them. That's cool too. Why would I stop somebody from winning? Like I literally was telling everyone, I need to leave by myself. No one needs to come with me. Shoot, I'll come back, but not like this. Not like this, because I'm good now. But, oh, baby, do you see how swollen my eyes are? There we go. You see that? That's from weeping. Because it's like a pressure cooker. The sacred rage was steaming. And I didn't want to dismantle the people them place. I just wanted to leave. And because they wouldn't allow me to leave, every now and then I went into a corner to weep and relieve some of the pressure so I don't pop off. Vocally, physically, or energetically. People don't know the risk they're playing when they play with people. Just because I have strong self-control, discipline, and willpower, don't mean I don't feel the full spectrum of emotions. So, baby, when I say I rode that baby till the wheels fell off because it's synchronicity 3.6, which adds up to a 9, that's mine. That's my number right there, my favorite number. Learn all the lessons. So, when I finally got them to call an Uber, how did I get them to call an Uber? By calling a spade a spade. I said, "Are you bullying me right now?" All of a sudden, I got the Uber. When the Uber came, while my Uber driver was fine, so they recruit her to be in the video. But she was like me. I just look like this because baby girl. Shout out to Salem from the UK. If you're listening to me right now, you're an angel. You probably don't exist for real, because the way you just came in the middle of the night, like I'm talking about. This young lady had the emergency settings on. She did not cancel the Uber ride even though they convinced her to stay and be in the video, right? After she had the initial conversation with them peep game, this is how sisterhood works. A total stranger came in, sisterhood vibes, right? Meanwhile, I'm around wenches that I've known for months that one of them is saying, "Oh, I love you, Lisa, but you're crazy." Like I told you that when we met. This world is insane. How could I not be crazy? It don't sit well in my brain the way things happening around me. Hold on. I put my porridge on. I can smell my porridge bubbling. I gotta hold on. Yeah, because I appreciate me and I deserve the best. Self-love habits, I deserve the best. I make the best calm meal porridge, so I'm giving myself the best right now. Comfort food. Because yesterday was exhausting. But the war is not over. I'm in the midst of a war. So I'm anchoring love. Because I brought fabric there and my favorite roll of fabric is missing. So I need to find out if my fabric is in their Airbnb. You know what I'm saying? And also, like, I still have to finish up everything. Like, I'm such a woman of my word. I promised them a connection, right? And before I go tell the other person, "Oh, this happened," I want to make sure I own my role. So I asked Chi Chi to mediate. I asked Chi Chi to find out, is my fabric there? Please. Please. And I also asked her to find out, do they still need that video from my contact to, make their project lit? Because just because they're not for me doesn't mean they're not for other people. And that's the power of self-awareness 1.3. I appreciate me. I know who I am. I know what I bring, right? And I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Not everybody like ginger tea, hot, and spicy. Right? So just because you can't afford me energetically, doesn't mean you can't access others in my cipher. Because I believe in a win-win. A win is a win. I already got my wins. I've got multiple wins from that situation. Look at me. I'm chilling, right? Why? Because I'm anchoring love in the midst of war. Because I have gratitude knowing that these people are playing their part. And I've already benefited from them playing their part. Because I love clarity. Right? But here's the thing. what if it's me and that kidnapping PTSD? So when I do that, this is what I do. I hit the affirmation. Temperance 4.1, I know my limit. The bottom line is this. I expressed that I was at my limit. I expressed that I do not want to bring this energy with anyone, around anyone, and they still didn't allow me to leave. Logically, there's no negating that one fact. Second fact, my Uber driver and her instincts on 1,000 when she comes in. She basically told me on the ride home, after letting the Uber go for about 30, 45 minutes after she pulled up, when I told you I legit was trying to figure out how am I going to convince her to take me home because she's about to leave and I don't want to stay. And she told me, oh, I didn't even cancel the ride anyway. You still have your trip. She told me on the ride down she was ready to let it spray on everybody in there, any means necessary, because she knew she had to rescue me from a situation that I did not feel safe. A total stranger, imagine that. So I learned all the lessons, right? Because I deserve the best. And it's my responsibility to give it to me. Right? So why would I not employ some mental transmutation 3.1, channel your thoughts, and dwell on gratitude and celebration? Put myself in a good mood because, hello, are you serious right now? This happened. It doesn't matter what perspectives may come forth from this moment because they're all going to be more gifts for the moment. It's the learning lesson for me. It's being proud of myself where even to the very last minute, I still kept my composure. I had my mask on because it helps, right? And I kept my composure. I did not disrespect anybody. I did not disrespect myself. I did not get loud and pop off and snap because I felt the way I felt and it was legit. No, I decided to own my role and exit. This is accountability. A win is a win. That's a win for me. And anything else I learn after this, because I am here to learn all the lessons, is going to be even more of a win. So what have we learned in Venus Day? We've learned that my capacity, my capacity is what I determine it to be. Because when I choose and to exit gracefully, any means necessary, the universe will make it happen. You know what it was for my Uber driver to pull up looking like a model and knowing that these people need a model and knowing that I want to leave, but still finding the love in my heart because I know, like I said, chances are it might be me. It might be all me. You know? It's like I deserve the best, right? So instead of, like, look at me right now. I'm not beating myself up with the if I woulda, coulda, shoulda because I gave myself the best in that moment. I did my best in that moment. So it allows me to anchor love in this moment. And we've been going for about 30 minutes now. So I'm about to sign off because I still have work to do. Because the thing is, this gentleman came in town to donate to Art of Healing. He came in town like, oh, I want to donate to Art of Healing. I want to help the mission. I want to save the building. I want to be one of your top benefactors. But I also like what's going on. So I want to come out here and scope out what projects that we can collaborate on. So that's what was happening. But greed kicked in. Because he heard my music and decided he wants in. Right? So, unfortunately, I've noticed in the music business, it's a lot of threat and scare tactics to get what you want. right? A lot of lying and scrying and conniving, which is why I took the long way in the first place. I know what I got. So, message to the young man: don't let greed fumble your bag. Forcing and bullying me into giving you something that I was gonna give makes me not want to give, because it's a red flag. Telling me that the young lady who introduced we, that I should forget about her, is a red flag. It shows me that there's a chance that you might not know what honor, integrity, or loyalty is, sir. I don't rock like that for real. And I get it because I heard a part of your story. And I know hurt people because this is what I do. This is my line of work. However, I know my limits. Temperance 4.1. So let this be a lesson. Let my testimony be a lesson. Anchoring love any means necessary is the gift that keeps on giving. Okay? Okay? Because I've learned a lot. And hopefully, because I did call them this morning to figure out, like, because yeah, I feel rested, but I still felt at ease. And I be wanting to do my best. So I got something that sounded like a lame brain excuse, because everybody's not as transparent as I am. So it sounded like, oh my gosh, we're leaving today, I'm gonna pack right now. It sounded like a lie. Like, you ain't gotta lie, Craig. But I get it, because not everybody is about that life. Not everybody know how to say it with their chest or breast. You know what I'm saying? So, let's see how this cookie crumbles. I'm intrigued to see how this plays out, because people be peopling. But you see how I have the capacity to holler at myself and grow and digress and pivot and choose love? I'll give everybody that same grace. I might give it from far away because I know my limit. Ow. But I'm just saying, like, wouldn't it be amazing to know that me, even though I was at my wit's end doing my best to anchor love, and still even today following up to make it gracefully play out? It would be interesting to see people owning their role too, and knowing that they mistreated and mishandled someone that was being sweet. Meek doesn't mean weak. And I tweeted this earlier because this is something that I've done a lot in the past based on books that I've read growing up. Because when you're like me and you see the best in everyone, sometimes you have to test everyone. And since I test myself on a regular basis, why not? So I might have allowed them to think that I have no options and I'm depending on them, just because I want to see how are you going to treat me. How are you going to treat someone that you think needs you? How are you going to treat someone that you think is in a situation? How are you going to treat someone that you think might be borderline desperate, at approaching desperation? That is integrity. That shows honor. And unfortunately, the way they were acting yesterday show me, like, first of all, if you don't know how to navigate my very simple request to leave, to get my energy together, so we can shoot a video and go to the studio, we can't go on tour together. I can't trust you with me. So at the very least, that's the logic for me. And that's what I do. I combine logic with intuition while I anchor love and navigate these realms, appreciating the synchronicity 3.6 opportunity to learn all the lessons. As I practice self awareness 1.3, I appreciate me because guess what? Stocks go up, baby. So do prices. That's how I appreciate me. I'm appreciating like valuable real estate. Self love habits 1.3, I deserve the best. Come on now. Who gonna give me the best if not me? I know what the best looks like. And when people offer me mediocre, I must respectfully decline. Here's another thing that annoys me. When men think with their small head, not their big head, and fumble business because now they want to compare me to their girlfriend, you shouldn't even be thinking like that. And the fact that you're thinking like that and telling me that an attempt at having a clarity conversation is not valid because you I don't need all that attention because I'm not your girl. You're wilding, sir. And with your words, you're exposing your intentions. Are you mad because I told you to stop touching me? Stop touching me. Unfortunately, that's another sad part of the music industry. These men are entitled to these girls' bodies. Why? But that's another video for another time. This is Lisa Leggz anchoring love. Keep in mind these beautiful affirmations that made up the message for anchoring love on a Venus day in the midst on a potent Venus day. Anchoring love in the midst of war on a potent Venus day. Okay? I gotta sign off because this Venus day is potent and I gotta tap in, baby. Stay tuned for the updates. I'm planning to do another very special video going live later with the update. God, this a tea are too hot. Gratitude. Let me tell you something. It's the gratitude for me.